Start your own guild, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
My parse.
7 empowered enemies and I have no cooldown!
We don't need 10 raid leaders.
4 more
I don't know if we can actually do this with him.
Four.
We might have to replace.
Cataclysm Beta. No, I'm not going to play that. I mean, everyone told me Cataclysm sucked. I'm just going to level a 5th alt in Season of Discovery and run laps around the Nightmare Incursion again until I hate myself. I mean, I guess I could try it.
My hatred burns through the cavernous deep.
Nope, skip that. I don't want to watch that. Let's just play the game. Oh, wow. You can cast Scorch while moving? Oh, Goblin gets Rocket Jump. Dang, that's like having 2 blinks. Wait, I could spread my combustion to everything? This is insane. Oh my god, look at the damage. You can reforge your gear to have the stats you actually want. Why did everyone tell me this game sucked? Hey guys. I'm starting a Kata guild if anyone wants to join. I couldn't believe it, but people started joining the guild, and they were hyped about Kata.
Yo, Kata hype? Kata hype?
And before I knew it, we had almost 100 guild members. We created a Discord, and it was extremely active. People were making new friends, everyone was gearing up and looking forward to the raids. But I hadn't really established what kind of raiding guild we were going to be. In Season of Discovery, I was in a pug guild called Swamp, where people would sign up for raids in the Discord, and then you would just go and clear the raid. I wanted to take this same concept over to Cataclysm and have an open invite guild where people would try to clear the raids with whoever signed up. This was a problem. When it came time to raid, we had about 15 people who did all the pre-bis, all the rep farming, and they came to raid with all the enchants and they were ready to go. We had about 15 other casual players who just kind of wanted to be in the raid, but just showed up in whatever. Naturally, I thought the best thing to do would be to try to do a 25-man raid since we had a lot of sweats. This was a terrible idea.
Short stay died, Z-Trip died. Wipe it up, we're going normal.
Cataclysm raids turned out to be insanely hard, especially week 1. I didn't realize that Cataclysm heroics were harder than Wrath of the Lich Kings. Some Cataclysm raid bosses are almost like a mythic retail level of difficulty. This is something that kind of caught me off guard. I quickly realized that my guild was not going to be able to kill any heroic bosses with the 25 players that we had. So at this point, I decided it would be best to split into 2 10-man groups, one for heroic and one for normal. The problem with this was that some players got left out of the 10-man heroic group, and they were not happy about it. This is one of the first lessons I learned about being a GM. No matter what decision you make, some people are not going to be happy about it, but there's very rarely a solution that everyone's going to like. We started raiding every day with the 10-man prog team, and I told the guild we would go back to 25-man once we got geared up from the 10-man and we could carry a bit. This was another problem. I overestimated our 10-man group as well.
Normal. Oh, man.
Why are we talking about normal? Just grab a third DPS. Let's actually kill the boss and let's keep going.
We would raid every day for almost 3 to 6 hours, pulling some bosses over 40 times. And our 10-man still couldn't clear more than 6 bosses on heroic. The second week came around, and we ended up wiping just as much on the re-clears as we did on the prog. Jerome was trying his hardest to keep the vibes good, but even he was struggling.
I hate this game so much. This is not a good game. I do not enjoy playing it. I will not like it, and I do not like it.
I will say though, every time we did kill a boss and Jerome got loot, the vibes would go back up a bit.
Bro, that just brought the vibes back to 100. I'm back in Kata, dude. I was about to uninstall, but I'm back. That felt incredible. I love Kata now.
However, we raided almost every day for 3 weeks, and we were still 6 out of 13 heroic. This is where Cataclysm slowly started destroying our guild.
Stop being negative during the pool when we're still in the pool. Like,
I'm calling
be positive.
it so we can get healing help.
Yeah,
That's
but
why I'm calling
you're
it,
saying
not to be
dumb
negative.
shit. You're saying like, oh, it's
You're
over.
saying dumb shit, bitch. Suck my
This is where I learned another valuable lesson. Number 2, have officers. When you make a guild, I highly recommend that you have at least 2 to 3 officers who can help you do just about everything. At the bare minimum, you need a raid leader, a recruitment officer, and maybe an officer for each of the class roles like tank, healers, and DPS. This will help to make sure everyone is fully prepared for the raids. I didn't do any of this. I just gave officer to a few people I have played with for the longest and threw up a raid sign-up sheet. So what else did I mess up in this guild? Oh, number 3. The application process. So once you've established what your guild will be, you need to recruit players that are at your skill level or you won't be successful.
Is it better with the comms guys or without? We just need more damage. More damage solves everything.
This is why top 300 retail guilds ask for a screenshot of your UI, your rating history, your single target opener, what class and spec you play, if you have any alts, if you have a Discord and microphone, how many hours a week you play, how many cutting edge achievements you have, a video link to your gameplay, a link to your WoW logs, your armory, your raider UI, and after all of that, you have to pass a personality test in your Discord interview. In most cases, applying for a WoW guild is harder than applying for a job IRL. This application process is obviously something I didn't do. We were an open invite guild with hardcore raid guild expectations.
Impossible.
It was at this point that I realized I had failed as a guild leader because I didn't set proper goals by establishing that we wanted to be a heroic 25-man raid guild to begin with. I didn't delegate enough responsibilities by having officers who would handle recruitment and raid preparations. We didn't gatekeep anyone out of the guild by looking at their logs and previous raid experience. So at this point, I was going to have to remake the guild from the ground up. But I had made a lot of friends in this guild, and I didn't want to tell any of them that they wouldn't be able to continue raiding with me. So I decided it would be best if I just disbanded the guild and went to look for a new one.
It's over. We are screwed.
But just when I was about to disband the guild, we got an opportunity for a guild merger. And not just any guild merger, a 3-way guild merger. We decided we were going to take the best players from 3 different raids and make a 25-man heroic raid team with alt raids on Mondays. This would allow me to still raid with some of my friends and avoid the responsibility of telling some of them that I wouldn't be able to raid with them anymore.
So a lot of it is class, some of it's skill, and some of it is just people messing up pulls, you know?
And after all, what do the best bosses in the world do when they don't want to do something? They make someone else do it. So what did I learn from this guild making experience? Make sure you have these 3 things. Number 1, you are very clear about your intentions for the guild and what is expected of your raiders before people join the guild. Number 2, a solid group of officers who you delegate all responsibilities to. Number 3, a rigorous application process where you gatekeep the ever-living shit out of people. If you're a raiding guild, of course. I mean, anyone can do normal raid. You don't really have to gatekeep them. And number 4, as a bonus, have an extremely handsome raid leader. Looking back, at least we did one of those things right. So if you're planning on starting a guild in Kata, I wish you luck. As for me, we'll see how my new adventure goes in the 3-way guild, without all the responsibilities of being a GM. If you enjoyed this content about me ranting about my guild experience in World of Warcraft, hit the subscribe button and check me out on twitch.tv/Shardaco. I'll see you next time.